All right, y'all. So I know 2024 wasn't the most active year for champions, but to me, there was still a lot of good fights, a lot of crazy finishes. And that's why I couldn't really complain outside of the UFC because I saw a lot of crazy finishes. And this year has some brutal knockouts and submissions. I think I counted like over 25 or more quick, violent finishes. I mean, a lot of them were viral this year, too. Like if you look at YouTube shorts, you're going to see like a crazy finish in WMMA, whether it was the UFC, LFA, Dana White Contender Series, whatever, ONE FC. I saw like a whole bunch of them throughout the year. And, I just kept on collecting them in my playlist. And when I looked, I was like, dang, I got like over 25 or more finishes here, And again, like I said, there were some crazy ones. So I had to go back and pull them all up and give my list for the most brutal ones this year. And if you missed them, you got to go check them out. I'm going to run through this list here. I didn't put all 25 of them up here. I had to make a list of at least 17. So this ain't a top 15, top 20. This is a top 17 list for me. I know that's kind of a weird number, but I'm not going to break them down. I'm going to just kind of run through these real quick and just say, hey, check this out, because this video is actually probably going to be longer than all of them combined. But let's go ahead and get started, man. Number 17, going to Invicta 57. I'll have to start with Maria Jujic, scoring a first round KO over Maria Favela. Shout out to Maria Favela. She was coming back from a little bit of a long layoff, from cancer. But I got to give her credit for facing a big puncher like Maria Jujic. She's had some good fights in the past. I've seen, just making her debut against Autumn Norton. I think that was her debut or maybe like her second fight. She lost that one, but still showcased good skills. This one, she put a lot of pressure on Maria Favela from the jump, just letting big right hands and lefts go. Caught her with a big right hand, dropped her. Didn't put her completely out, but the ref had to jump in and stop this one. I mean, Maria Jujic, she packs some power, man. This was a good bantamweight fight. Good showcase for Maria Favela's power. For Maria Jujic's power. So definitely check this one out. It's on Invicta FC's YouTube channel. I believe she scored like I think it was like, this wasn't the 500th fight for Invicta FC, but it was like the 100th KO or something like that, to start off the night, for Invicta FC. So good knockout win for Maria Jujic. Scary one too. It was just real scary. Number 16, got to give this to Sarah Collins, scoring a first round rear naked choke over Leah McCourt. I know everybody was high on Leah McCourt and Bellator, but I kept telling people, hey, Sarah Collins, this girl's no joke. She's got a good ground game. She's working on her striking. And that's how this one started off. I mean, I thought Sarah Collins was about to score a knockout. I mean, her striking has been looking better and better. But this is what I've been saying about Leah McCourt. Like, she's got to work on her boxing, because she made a big mistake, just ran straight in for Sarah Collins. Sarah Collins called, I think it was like a big check right hook, dropped her, and then just took it to the ground and brutalized her and got this rear naked choke. So this was a crazy finish. I mean, it could have been a knockout for Sarah Collins or submission, which she got right here. So this put Sarah Collins on the map to start calling out Chris Cyborg. I mean, that's still a long ways away, in my opinion, but this right here was a big statement maker for Sarah Collins. All right, number 15. This is what I'm telling y'all, man. Y'all got to start going to like UFC Fight Pass, checking these fights out, because this one here for Cage Fury, this was a bantamweight championship fight for Autumn Norton, who's fought for Invicta. Autumn Norton scored this big first round KO over Emily Martins. I know Emily Martins is I believe she's like a jiu-jitsu specialist. I've seen her a couple of times, but I believe she was the favorite in this fight. But going into this one, I said, I think Autumn Norton's going to get this fight. I do, because, she's a big puncher. She likes to go after it. And she went after it. I mean, Emily Martins came straight at her 20 seconds into the round, ate a right hand, big stiff right hand, and she was stiff. I mean, if you look at it right here, when a person's hands are up in the air like that, they are out. They are out. And Autumn Norton, I mean, she didn't waste no time. She landed a clean right hand, put her down, and just did a little walk-off. So, yeah, check this one out. This was a crazy one, y'all. Number 14, of course, I had to put this one up here. Jasmine Judvis getting a Darce choke over Priscilla Cachoeira. This was one of the early UFC fight nights, I believe, in January. This one here, Jasmine, she was fired up for a lot of reasons, man, because I believe Priscilla Cachoeira had missed weight. She missed weight and just kind of showed a lot of disrespect to Jasmine. So Jasmine was fired up in this fight. And I actually had to pick Jasmine in this one. I know a lot of people thought that Priscilla Cachoeira was going to score a knockout. But to me, I said, nah, this girl right here, she's too strong. She's got the wrestling. And if need be, I believe she can land a big shot on Priscilla. But throughout this fight, Jasmine just brutalized her. I mean, she walked through a lot of Priscilla Cachoeira's punches, brutalized her from first to second round, mauling her, till she was able to just wear her down like this in the third round and get this Darce choke. So yeah, this was a good finish to start that 3-fight win streak for Jasmine. All right, number 13. I know a lot of people miss these fights. This is the KSW tournaments they have. You know, they usually pop up on Saturdays as well. Victoria Zanuska, first round KO head kick over Ariana Castaneda. Another crazy one, man. This was like a 20-second fight. That's what I'm saying. A lot of these, you know, we're just running through. You know, I just start up the app. Hey, main event, co-main event, boom. Hey, that's it. You know. So this was another one, man. Victoria, you know, she just started off measuring the range, had Castaneda on the back foot, threw up a couple of jabs, threw a couple of straights just to keep Castaneda to the cage. Next thing you know, boom, she scored this head kick. Girl was stiff. Girl was stiff before she hit the mat. So crazy finish, man. Y'all can just type this one in on YouTube and y'all can watch it real quick. Number 12. Number 12, man. I was checking out. This is Uriah Faber's A1 Combat, and my girl Tina Black was over here. You know, y'all know Tina Black. She was a Invictus strawweight champion, but you know, she was trying to get active, get more wins, and she jumped over here to A1 Combat, fought Taylor Malden, and scored a first round KO. I know that's not really common with Tina Black. That's why I had to put it up here. You know, she's a really good technical striker, but in this one, I mean, it seemed like she was pissed off. Like, I know she had just lost her last fight. I think that was that Danny McCormick fight. So she was ready to get in there and like showcase power. And right off the jump, she was backing Taylor Malden up, cracking her with some good lefts and rights, hit her with this big straight right hand, another stiff one, y'all. So I was just like, wow, man, Tina Black is on a little warpath. So it was good to see her, you know, showcase power like this and kind of put herself on the map. Another one, man, full fights on YouTube. All right, number 11. Another one, man. LFA 183. This bantamweight fight. Dion Fernandez, first round KO over Julia Ariana. Look at them hands, man. Hands up like you're getting arrested. I mean, Lady Yan, this is another one, man. I mean, eventually she might be in the UFC as well because the bantamweight division it's in need of girls like this. And this girl right here, she was putting the pressure on Ariana. To me, it really looked like Ariana didn't have that striking IQ. Like she didn't know what to expect. You know, she was just backing up and then leaping in whenever she felt like, okay, I can land the shot. And she leaped right into Fernandez's right hand, caught that big right hand, and that's all she wrote. Look at them eyes, man. I was like, wow, this girl is out. Scary knockout. So going into my top 10, these top 10 finishes right here, these are probably some of the scariest ones. Like the ones at the bottom, they were scary too because there was a lot of, you know, just girls looking crippled, you know, after these knockouts. But top 10, these are the toe curlers right here, the stomach turners. And a lot of these had me asking that question, are they going to be okay? Are they going to be okay down the line? You know, every time you see these girls get finished in this one, the way they look like when they're passed out, just totally stunned and paralyzed, you like, whoa, what's going on? You know, is this girl going to be all right? Is she going to be able to fight again? So yeah, this ain't for the weak. This ain't for the weak, y'all. But starting with my number 10 here, I hated to do it. I had to put my girl on the list, man. Number 10, Kelin Soua getting the first round rear naked choke over Jasmine Jauregui. This was UFC 306. Dang, man. I was going for Jasmine in this fight, but Kelin Soua definitely improved, you know, as far as her striking. I knew her jiu-jitsu would be a problem, but how she got the fight to the ground. Again, this was another one like Sarah Collins and Leah McCourt. It started off with some heavy shots, a big knockdown, and to top it off was the rear naked choke. I mean, Kelin Soua, she threw the perfect left hook. The way she turned it over and put them two knuckles in the Jasmine Jauregui's chin and put her down, that was sick, man. I mean, Jasmine Jauregui, she's known as the little scrapper. You know, she likes to come in there and trade, but you don't trade with a big power puncher. And she caught a big shot, got dropped. And as you see here, Kelin Soua locked in the rear naked choke, and Jauregui was out. She choked until she passed out. Man, this one was it was brutal. It was brutal to see Jasmine Jauregui go out like this. So I hope she's able to come back from this fight. Number 9. This one here is a Muay Thai fight. It wasn't a MMA fight. It was off of one fight night, I believe, one fight night, 24. Amy Purney was making her debut against Yao Pu, and 20 seconds into the fight, you came straight into this left hook. Purney just threw that left hook like it. I mean, it was like it was nothing, just second nature. I mean, she didn't even really have to set it up. She just threw this left hook, ate it, and she was out. Another one on YouTube. I mean, you can just find it viral short everywhere now. Everybody's been posting this one up because it was so quick. I remember I was looking forward to it that night when I got home, and it was like knockout. I was like, dang, man, I missed it. So, I mean, I could see it anywhere though. I just kept going on the YouTube and pulling it up everywhere. So yeah, 20-second knockout for Amy Purney. That was a crazy one. Number 8, had to put my girl Chanel Dyer up here because again, we got another first round head kick. This was in the PFL Europe tournament. Chanel Dyer knocking out Mariam Torchinova. This was another one where Mariam just looked like she was outgunned. I mean, Chanel Dyer just was putting the pressure on her. She was throwing a lot of body shots, good straight right hands to the body, keeping Mariam on respect mode, just backing her up against the cage. Then when she was just mixing up with shots to the body and to the calves, she threw up this head kick, boom, right to the jaw. Chanel Dyer just watch her fall. This was another crippling crazy one, man. So Chanel Dyer, she's one to watch out for. I guess as time goes on, whenever she she's able to heal up from this injury and just recover, we're going to see more of her as well, scoring some knockouts. So Chanel Dyer, she's an exciting fighter too, just a couple of levels behind Dakota Ditcheva, but we'll see her along the way, grow and develop as well, so definitely looking forward to Chanel Dyer moving forward here. But number 7, had to put this up here, couldn't put it up any higher. Gabriela Fernandez scoring a second round rear naked choke over Wang Kong in UFC Macau. This one here, everybody was tripping, man. Everybody was tripping. Everybody felt like Wang Kong had this in the bag and she was going to get a belt off of this fight. But hey, Gabriela Fernandez, she shut everybody up with this one. I mean, she had me second guessing myself. But, I said, you know what? In the end, I think Gabriela Fernandez is probably going to capitalize on Wang Kong's overconfidence. And she did. This was another one. It could have ended on the feet, or it could have ended in a submission, which it did. She did the same thing like Sarah Collins, Leah McCourt, landed a big shot, dropped Wang Kong, just caught her being careless, dropped it with the left hand and dove onto the ground, locked in that rear naked choke, had Wang Kong tapping. I believe she almost passed out too, right? This was a brutal finish for Gabriela Fernandez, and definitely knocks down the stock and drops the ego of Wang Kong. So yeah, crazy finish. I know a lot of people didn't expect that one. Definitely, like I said, the biggest upset of the year too. Of course, I had to put this up here, number 6. I couldn't put it any higher than the other ones. This was as high as I could put it because of the fashion this one ended, and of course the opponent that was getting knocked out here. Dakota Ditcheva scoring a second round finish over Tyler Santos. Definitely deserved to be up here because, again, like I said, the opponent that was getting finished here. Tyler Santos never been finished like this before, right? She's never been finished like this before, and the type of beating that Dakota was putting on her. So that's another thing you have to factor in. And again, it wasn't like a complete knockout, but I had to put it up here because of the type of beating and punishment it was on Tyler Santos. All right, so everybody seen this one last month. Dakota Ditcheva, I mean, right from the jump, the first round, she was controlling Tyler with some of these big shots like you see here, teep kicks, I mean, straight kicks to the body, hard right hands and jabs until in the second round, she cracked her with a couple good right hands upstairs, rocked her. Tyler actually took the headshots well, which I figured she would. But like I called it, I said it's probably going to be a body shot that's going to knock her out. And she caught Tyler with a good left hand to the body, good left hook to the stomach. That one already had Tyler keeling over, and the ref could have stepped in there, but Tyler got hit with like 4 or 5 more. So Dakota just had to keep throwing them until the referee saw fit to stop it. So that was a brutal finish right there. And it kind of makes you question whether Tyler Santos is going to be back 100% ever again, because to me, that was a physical breaker and a mental breaker, because, Dakota Ditcheva, even though like I still don't feel like she has the best resume, I mean, she's definitely got the skill sets to do damage to a lot of fighters in the flyweight division across the board here. Of course, she still has to prove herself, but we'll see moving forward from here. But yeah, definitely had to put this up here as my number 6. All right, my top 5. Now the top 5, this is the one where you really get in and some toes start curling and you're gonna start like clenching your stomach too if you're a casual here. But number 5, I had to start number 5 off with this. I know everybody thought this would be number 1, but Wang Kong first round knockout over Victoria Leonardo. I put this one as number 5 because okay, it's a big knockout win and it was scary, but you got to say who is Victoria Leonardo? Who is Victoria Leonardo, right? Who is Wang Kong knocking out here, right? We expected this. Going into this fight, I knew that Victoria Leonardo didn't really stand a chance, against somebody that hits hard. And, we've already seen this before with her. Like I said, Aaron's done it. Manon's done it. Melissa Gatto, I believe, scored a finish, not in the same fashion, but she did. Natalia Silva did as well. But still, Wang Kong gets credit for a viral finish here. I mean, she was using her technical skills, throwing up some good leg kicks, body kicks, throwing out her jab, measuring her range. And then when Victoria Leonardo stepped in, right hand to the jaw, really scary knockout, man. Though I was looking at Victoria Leonardo's eyes. I mean, I was like, wow, look at her toes are curling up and her eyes like are still following her opponent, but her whole body's in paralysis mode. So really scary knockout, man. And again, y'all know where to find this. It's everywhere. Everywhere. All right. Number 4, this is another brutal finish, and we got to question what the referee was thinking. Shannon Clark, the second round bulldog choke over Thiani Lopez, LFA 177. Man, this was sick right here. I mean, Shannon Clark, I already knew her as like a good, solid wrestler and just all around good grappler. Thiani Lopez, solid jiu-jitsu, a lot of submission wins, I believe. So I already thought that she would have the submission threat on the ground, but physical strength and wrestling to me kind of trumps just BJJ. And a lot of pressure from Shannon Clark in the first round, just really mauling and beating up on Thiani Lopez. We went into the second round, as you can see here. The strength here, it was just levels. It was just levels to it. Big difference here. Shannon Clark just was mauling Lopez. And when she got her to the ground here, she just locked in her neck and she kept turning and turning. And I was like, okay, ref, when are you going to stop this thing? Twisting and cranking. All right, ref, when are you stopping this? All right, this girl's legs are stiff. When are you stopping it, ref? And finally, the ref saw fit to stop it. And I mean, this girl looked like she was dead, man. I mean, seriously, like Shannon Clark really had to like crank this girl's head almost out of the socket, unplug it from the spinal cord from the way her body was contorting. I mean, her legs were stiff. And as y'all know, y'all saw what happened too. I mean, the girl relieved herself in the octagon. So I don't know what the ref was thinking. And that's what really made this thing brutal. I mean, it was already a brutal choke, but to let it continue the way it did and just seeing the girl's eyes kind of roll up from the other angle. And then, like I said, her just relieving her bladder in there. I was like, ref, what are you trying to do to this girl? So brutal win, brutal finish right there. That's going to be a memorable bulldog choke there for LFA period. All right, going into the top 3. It sucks, man, whenever a fighter scores a brutal win and then they get dealt with in brutal fashion. I mean, Wang Kong scores a brutal knockout, then she gets choked out. Shannon Clark gets a brutal bulldog choke, and then this happens. I was rocking with her in the Dana White Contender Series too. I figured, she was getting off that momentum. She was going to go here and showcase, get ready to head into the UFC. And yes, this was destiny, right? But taking on Eunice Dubin scores this big first round knockout over Shannon Clark, and then it was well earned. I mean, Dubin, she saw it. Clark showed a lot of disrespect. I mean, this fight really exposed Clark's striking abilities. I mean, she really didn't take her time in this fight and just set up her takedown. She was running straight into Dubin's power hands, just trying to score takedowns. She got clocked a number of times in this fight that were kind of like warnings to say, hey, maybe you better slow the pace down and fight off a jab. But she kept running in head first. And next thing you know, big overhand right from Dubin, and Shannon Clark fell, and it was scary. This is another scary. Victoria Leonardo style, she was out. Referee had to check her, had to get the people in there because she was done. I mean, Shannon Clark was fresh coming into this fight, strong, but as the round went on, just seconds upon seconds, she was looking like she was frustrated but didn't really know what to do. She just kept trying to do what she knew, and she ran right into a big right hand. I mean, there was nothing else that could have happened there. Dubin cracked her with it, took full advantage, got a UFC contract, and that's it. One question is, you gotta wonder if Shannon Clark's going to come back stronger mentally. I know she has a fight coming up in January, I believe January, February, the LFA unification, LFA 200. We'll see. We'll see if she's going to be mentally ready. But this was one of those fights that make you question, like, will a person come back gun shy or will they come back strong? But we'll see. All right. Number 2, had to put this one on there. Ming, 3rd round head kick, Fang Xiaotan, UFC Macau. UFC Macau was killing it, man. I mean, this one here put Ming on the map, another viral finish over Xiaotan. Started off as a chess match. Fang Xiaotan looked like she was pretty much on her way to a decision win. I gave her the first 2 rounds, but as the fight went on, Ming made some nice adjustments. She continued to throw body kicks, focus on the body, and boom, shin to jaw. Fang Xiaotan was out. I told y'all this one here almost had me teary. I don't know why. This was one of the ones that just almost made me kind of cry, because this girl was ahead, and then when she got hit with that big shot, she looked like she was dying in there. The way she was just looking into her corner and looking in the air, she was like, had that look like, I don't want to fight no more. You know what I mean? So this was a sick one right here, man. I think Fang Xiaotan, she was doing a good job early on, but she started dropping her hands, trying to block the body shots. And then boom, she eats a big head kick. So yeah, this one puts the Dr. Shing on the map. And like I said, this was a crazy one, man. The doctor sending people to the hospital, right? So yeah, this one made number 2, but number 1 definitely has to be even more brutal than that, which is LFA 182. Kendra McIntyre, another 3rd round head kick knockout over Katarina Legareta. If y'all seen this one, man, well, if y'all missed this one, y'all need to get out from under the rock, man, because this one here was going around everywhere. I mean, Kendra McIntyre and Katarina, they were going at it, slugging it out. First 2 rounds were kind of back and forth action, but I think Kendra McIntyre was landing the better shots. But as time went on, Katarina was just in that warrior mode, trying to smile and take big shots. She took one big head kick, nose is bleeding. She takes a big head kick and she smiles and she's laughing and she's still coming forward. She looks exhausted, right? She's still coming forward. So Kendra McIntyre's like, all right, you can walk through that shot. You think you're big and bad. She threw up another head kick. Boom. Girl fell like a bag of flesh, like her soul left before it even hit the canvas. I was like, wow. And this one I had to put as number 1 because it really was scary, because when she ate the head kick, when it connected, it's almost like one of them cartoons, like when you see the cat's life, like when their 9th life leaves the body, like her whole body just felt like a bag of flesh. I mean, everybody else falls stiff. It's letting you know that they're just paralyzed and they're still alive, but her body literally just fell apart. It just fell like, look at Shannon Clark, how she fell stiff, right? She fell stiff. Victoria Leonardo fell stiff. Fang Xiaotan did, but when Legareta ate this head kick, look how she fell. She's just everywhere. That's how her body just like let loose, like, oh, I'm gone. She's out. She's left her body. So it's like, oh man, is she okay? So the ref, he went running over there. I believe it was Mark Goddard. He went to check her, man. We was like, oh man, I hope this girl ain't dead, because where she ate that kick and the way she was exhausted, losing blood, we don't know what happened. But she's all right. Since then, she's responded. Hey, things like this happen. This type of thing happens. So Legareta's okay. Hopefully she's recovering fine. Kendra McIntyre, she's a tough, brutal fighter. I mean, she has power in her hands and in her kicks. She's not one to just kind of walk in and take shots from, So yeah. Definitely had to be my number 1 though. It's everywhere. It's everywhere on YouTube if y'all miss us. So check it out. But yeah, man, this is my top 17 finishes for 2024. I wanted to come back and drop it straight up for y'all, straight down the line. Just wanted to jump on and do it real quick. But like I said, I love a good finish, but I pray, man, and hope that everybody on this list that was on the losing end is okay. I hope they recover 100%, and I hope they move on to fight another day and they don't lose their nerve to fight. Like, I know a lot of these fighters still get back in after knockouts, but I hope that everybody in here, from Tyler Santos, Fang Xiaotan, Wang Kong, whoever it is, Deani Lopez, I hope that they're able to get that heart back to actually perform and get better and learn from what happened. So yeah, first round knockouts, you can learn a lot from. I mean, sometimes you can just say, okay, it was a perfect shot. It was a lucky shot. But no, something always leads to it, either carelessness, lack of defense, or, just poor IQ, just poor IQ. So that's what it is, y'all. But hopefully, down the line, like I said, a lot of these fighters, they will be back, to come back and perform at a high level again. But hopefully we see some more big finishes from all the winners as well, So yeah, man, those are my top finishes for 2024. Why don't y'all put y'all's in the comment section? And if you feel I missed one that was more brutal than these, let me know in the comment section, y'all. But make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe. This is WMMA Talk. I'm out. Peace.